thing you've ever heard in your life. Not
Is that
hilarious,
right?
like ha ha, but hilarious. Like some people got some nerves, bro. If you were on Twitter yesterday, then your timeline looked like this, where you had some
Uh,
notable FaZe members like Silky, Ronaldo, Jason, where they posted that they have left FaZe Clan,
damn.
but them posting left FaZe Clan and only that also turned into a meme, and you had other people just doing it just because. PlaqueBoyMax left FaZe back in August, so he wasn't part of this new FaZe breakup. However, he still went on stream that night before anybody else. So I don't think any other FaZe members have spoken about this, but Max went on stream and he broke down why he left FaZe and what he feels like is wrong with FaZe and why he feels like everybody left. And reasons that he brought on was, FaZe is controlling. They kind of control every aspect of your life. He spoke on certain situations where FaZe introduced him to a manager, and then FaZe made him fire the manager if he wanted to stay in FaZe, things of that sort. Now, I consider PlaqueBoyMax leaving FaZe
Wait,
as
let me hear that right. He said what?
FaZe is controlling. They kind of control every aspect of your life. He spoke on certain situations where FaZe introduced him to a manager, and then FaZe made him fire the manager.
FaZe introduced him to a manager and made him fire the manager?
If he wanted to stay in FaZe.
If he wanted to stay? Y'all the one gave me the manager. The hell, bro, I'm already losing my sound effects, man. You can't make this up, bro. I hate this MacBook. Bro, I love it, but I hate it, dog. Like, what the... Bro. That don't make no sense, bro.
Things of that sort. Now, I consider PlaqueBoyMax leaving FaZe as the beginning of the end.
How much control do we
y'all
have
hear it go
here,
out.
How much control do they have over us? Move into January. Y'all know I started 365. Someone at FaZe had introduced me to my old manager, Brandon. Shout out, Brandon. Was working with Brandon from about November to January. Y'all probably seen him, tall white boy with hair. You feel me? Yeah, 153. Oops. Brandon had falling out with person who introduced me. And person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant and my creative director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls because they're on my team, tell me I have to fire my manager and get rid of him, or I can't be here, when they're the person who introduced me.
Okay, so it wasn't so much like it was orchestrated by FaZe. It was somebody in FaZe that recommended him in a sense.
Video proof as well of this meeting. They were there. This is information my assistants are just telling me. After that happens, I stayed. Shout out to Brandon. He just wanted the best for me, wanted me to be as good as I could possibly be. We're still cool. I got introduced to a new manager, as I know. I come back to LA after New York. All that happened in New York. And, everything's cool. I'm cool with the boys, you feel me? Me and the boys cool, but it's just like, damn, like, it was a weird air for a little while, you know what I'm saying? But everything got patched up, because at the end of the day, we bros and we love each other. Like, you feel me?
Is that right? Y'all love each other, huh?
I love you. Jason, I love you. Dap, I love you.
That's more concerning than I think PlaqueBoyMax even knew. My manager is my buffer between me and the business. My manager is somebody who goes out and seeks deals for me, who goes out and work out certain things business-wise that benefits me. And FaZe is still a business, right? I'm still somebody who still has a contractual obligation with FaZe, the business. So if my manager is somebody who's supposed to be working in my best interest, and then
in this bootleg ass industry, bro, I wouldn't trust a manager.
You guys tell me y'all don't like him, so I should fire him or else I can't be in FaZe. That's kind of crazy because my manager is somebody who's supposed to be working on my behalf. So whenever I get a manager that y'all don't like to deal with or y'all don't like for whatever reason, or let's say he's making it hard for you guys to F me over, I gotta fire him and get a guy that's more agreeable with you guys, or else I can't be in FaZe. To me, that's more crazy than PlaqueBoyMax knew, and he should have left then. But apparently, he stayed. PlaqueBoyMax's cousin.
Who
took
the
to
fuck
his
is
stream
this?
To explain.
Hey, yo, ooh, yo. Oh, Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Hey, this might crash everything. Let me try it though. Okay, we still live, we still recording, OBS still open. I'm trying to get my sound effects back. It's not gonna come out. I gotta close the whole. Anyways.
Else, I can't be in FaZe. To me, that's more crazy than Plaque Boy
This
Max
his
knew, and he
cousin?
should have left then. But apparently, he stayed. Plaque Boy Max
Hey,
cousin took to
yo!
his stream to explain how FaZe finessed Plaque Boy Max out of $400,000. And while explaining this, the only thing that I could think about is, yeah, this is why you should not get a manager that your employer likes. Like, you should not get a manager that your employer or somebody who's paying you love doing business with. Okay, you usually get the
If his employer why would they want to get rid of him if they scamming $400,000? What? This already don't make no sense.
that your employer or somebody who's paying you love doing business with. Okay, you usually get the manager that's annoying to them, that makes it hard for them. Because of course they wanted Plaque Boy Max to change manager, right? So they could finesse him more, right? They could finesse him easier.
You see how Max is a partner of Spotify, right? He did not have that sponsorship.
He's
at
a
first.
partner?
FaZe did. And this is how it happened. They redid Max's house, right? Redid his shit. And they're like, yo, can we put up the Spotify shit for this video? It's sponsored. Max is like, yeah, whatever, that's cool. After the video, I'm like, yo, take that shit down. You're not getting paid, nigga. These niggas start saying, nah, this shit hard as fuck, bro. Like, that shit just look good and make it official, bro. The Spotify, da-da-da. This shit look official. I'm looking at this nigga. And this is where I'm like, how does Max have ego? Because this nigga like, yeah, this shit is a little hard. This is official. How does a nigga like, I'm like, gang, you're PlaqueBoyMax. You can get that yourself. And if you want to split it, that's cool. What the fuck?
Can he?
So this is where, we end up taking it down. Little dude, we know they're selling his identity without letting him know. And so Max ends up leaving FaZe. We only knew this because he left FaZe. He got the deal on Spotify. They dropped FaZe and gave it to Max.
No,
Guess
so
how
they
much this was for?
They gave him a deal.
400 bands for 5 months. Niggas about to run off a half the ticket off of nigga. Chat, just so this makes sense, imagine LeBron James and the Lakers working together, and the Lakers take all the money from a commercial with Beats. Imagine LeBron is wearing a Lakers jersey, and he's wearing his Beats. And so LeBron and the Lakers are like, okay, we'll break this off, but da-da-da-da-da. Imagine the Lakers take all the money, LeBron gets nothing. What the?
Now, he don't even understand that's exactly what happens in the NBA. And that's why we say, even though people like LeBron James and Steph Curry gets paid almost $100 million a year, they're still underpaid. LeBron James don't get paid when the NBA put those sponsorships and on their jerseys. They don't get paid at all, right?
Well,
when the team put the sponsors on those they don't get paid. But now, I'm usually not a fan, to be honest. I'm not usually a fan of this, of the broke family members coming online to discuss business. All right,
they called him a broke family. What the fuck?
Input their opinions when it comes to business. Right, I'm usually not a fan of it. All right, but
that's more disrespectful than my reaction, nigga. but look, listen to the but.
To discuss business. All right, or when the broke family members want to input their opinions.
That's wild.
Business. Right, I'm usually not a fan of it. All right,
but
in this case, he's 100% right.
Shut up.
You gotta
nigga.
understand contextually. This was around the time where PlaqueBoyMax was doing these in the booth streams with the biggest artists in the world. This is when Pink Dreads was popping. PlaqueBoyMax at that time had the hottest music show on the planet. You think a DSP like Spotify wasn't rushing to their desk asking PlaqueBoyMax, whatever you need, bro, we got you. Let's get a sponsorship going on before another DSP come and get you? Of course.
Like who? Apple Music?
They were. Max didn't.
Deezer, my nigga. Tidal. I don't know if they got 400K to just give out like that.
FaZe got that deal.
To PlaqueBoyMax, that nigga music ain't all that now.
Of course they were. Max didn't need FaZe. FaZe got that deal that was a PlaqueBoyMax deal, and they ate off the deal, and they told PlaqueBoyMax, you should keep it up because it just looks cool. Nah,
well, you gotta know what kind of deals you're signing, man. That's why you don't have assistants. That's why you don't have managers. You know what I'm saying? That you just give and put all your trust into, as if they're gonna read the entire contract like it's you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta read the fine print, bro. You sign a deal. FaZe is entitled to a portion of the proceeds, nigga. This is how I go.
Max, you should keep it up because it just looks cool. Nah, that's yo, that right there is what you call corporate finesse, which is why, bro, you gotta have a manager who's on their behinds and don't let them get a good night rest ever. Because these corporate monsters only get a good night rest when they in your pockets finessing you, bruh. That's it. But PlaqueBoyMax stayed through it all. He stayed when they finessed him. He stayed when they made him fire his manager. He stayed. But he ultimately left, and the straw that broke the camel's back was apparently when FaZe Banks, who is, I guess, the owner of FaZe, when he called PlaqueBoyMax the N-word.
Nah, nigga in the chat said it only hits more. Cause it's relatable, cause you're broke. That's funny. That's funny.
Now, I believe when PlaqueBoyMax left, that right there gave everybody else their escape route. Once PlaqueBoyMax left, that's when I consider FaZe over. Even though they went on to have success, I think when Max left, that's when everybody else was saying, okay, I'm going to be leaving soon. It's just a matter of time. But so the beginning to the end all started over the N-word.
Is that right?
Max and Banks got in an argument, a crazy argument. They hang up. He calls other FaZe members and says, "F this nigga. F this nigga."
Wait, so hold on.
They hang up. He calls other FaZe members.
Hold on.
A crazy argument. They hang up.
Hold on.
Banks got in an argument.
He said
all
who? Banks?
Over the N-word.
Max and Banks got in an argument. A crazy argument.
Max and FaZe Banks.
They hang up. He calls other FaZe members and says, "F this nigga. F this nigga."
Is that right?
He says, "F this nigga." That was his last straw of like, oh no.
And what he done was run to other FaZe members. I told y'all, bro, this it's only a matter of time, bro. FaZe had a good long run though, but as you see, it's really not a lot of them. I think FaZe Bank is an OG. It's not a lot of the I never even watched them niggas. Never once in life came across my algorithm, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know nothing about FaZe, to be real, bro. Who's day one, who's not. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show how these internet groups, AMP running strong right now. That DCR, whatever that nigga name is, they be doing them little skits. But they kind of like they from the same hometown type shit. When you get into this business, this industry with these people, bro, you sign to FaZe, my nigga. You open yourself up for them calling the other FaZe members and say, fuck this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a fake industry, bro. It's a fake business. No, you over here talking about, I love you. Nigga, they don't love you. You know, there's no loyalty. There's no respect. Once things don't go how everybody wants it to go, now it's fuck the next person. Now that's why you see people dropping videos on the next person. You know what I'm saying? Cause none of these people even know each other, bro. They're co-workers.
Over the N-word.
Max and Banks got in an argument, a crazy argument. They hang up. He calls other FaZe members and says, "F this nigga."
Hey, you must want to get blocked. I don't block people. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You're watching me at the end of the day. I'm not watching you, bro. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta prove nothing to nobody on this motherfucker. I know who I'm is, boy.
F this nigga. He says, "F this nigga." That was his last straw of like, oh nah, cause now it's like, gang, you overly playing with me. And it gets worse. This nigga, it's called, when Max left, he called him like, yo bro, why you leaving? So
did he call him a GA regardless? That word shouldn't even be coming out his mouth. And that was FaZe Banks that said that shit. So he called him a GA or a GR or a ER.
Like, yo bro, the last reason for real was, you called me a nigga. You know what this response?
Man, I was just, like I told y'all when I first started stream, I was hooping at the park, bro. Man, tell me why these little niggas, it was a little black nigga, I'm hooping with some young niggas, they still in high school. They over at college, well, one of them was saying it. He was throwing around the ER word. I was just thinking to myself, man, like all these videos I react to, I ain't even say nothing to little dude, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, that's crazy. And all you doing is, I should have said something to him. All you doing is these other white people that's hooping with you, you setting yourself up for them to call you a ER. You know what I'm saying? Oh, when they call you one, it ain't cool though.
Left, he called him like, yo, bro, why you leaving? Why you leaving? He was giving all the reason. He's like, yo, bro, the last reason for real was, you called me a nigga. You know what this response was like? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? What? And he's like, bro,
who told on him?
It doesn't matter. I know you said that shit. I know you said that shit.
All he worried about is who told on him.
He's like, bro, I was angry, but keep it a buck, bro. That's not the reason you left FaZe. Keep it a buck. Don't put that on me, bro. You know I'm going through a lot, bro. You know I love you. You're going through a lot. I'm going through a lot. Don't put that on me, bro. Max like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna expose that shit. Like, it don't matter. Like, I'm gonna take that on the chin. I don't care, bro. I'll be the evil nigga. But you said that shit. He's like, if I did, it wasn't on no racist shit, bro. Like, what?
The worst part about
If I did, it wasn't that, so you did say it. You just told on yourself. And was worried about who told on you, though. And so that you can go be mad at them. Man, people, bro, this is why, man, I got trust issues, bro. I have a hard time making friends because of shit like this, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But
Jeez Louise.
He's like, if I did, it wasn't on no racist shit, bro. Like, what?
The worst part about this, FaZe Banks is on Twitter right now defending his N-word usage. Pretty much blaming PlaqueBoyMax himself for being called the N-word. Now, FaZe Banks don't understand, like a lot of non-black people don't understand. Now, your friends allowing you to say the N-word as a term of endearment, they're still wrong for that as well. That's still raccoon activities, because why you're allowing anybody who's not black to say the N-word, that's still crazy and flawed. But it's one thing to say it as a term of endearment, and it's another to be filled with rage and anger and the spirits of...
See, that really depends in a way, you know, I mean,
your ancestors.
A nigga like FaZe, he ain't got no business saying that. He ain't never grew up with no black friends or nothing like that, bro. And even then, bro, it's some white people out there, man, non-black people. They grew up like that. They grew up in the hood around black people, whatever. They still don't use it. You know what I'm saying? It's more respectable if you don't, you know.
To be filled with rage and anger and the spirits of your ancestors.
Shouts out to Michigan, man.
And you call that
that's Hollywood Street. Shouts out to Hollywood Street, man. Fucks with you, bro.
That's a little different than saying it as a term of endearment. And you can see how they may allow you to say it as a term of endearment around them, and then once you cross that line, you can never come around them again. You understand that. Obviously, you don't understand it. Because FaZe Banks will take to his Twitter, instead of taking accountability, he decided he was going to expose private messages and DMs from PlaqueBoyMax talking about other popular streamers in an attempt to destroy him and ruin him. And then he continued to blame PlaqueBoyMax for him calling him the N-word, which is just crazy.
Proving everything that I said 100% right yesterday. This streamer brain is real. They are actors. And he jumped on this opportunity not because he cares about anything.
And so YouTubers and TikTokers and rappers and 99.9% of people in media aren't. Get the fuck out of here. Including you.
They are actors. And he jumped on this opportunity not because he cares about anything that I've done or cares about anything that I've said. It's because it makes the most sense. Kick me while I'm down and farm this FaZe and suck as much as he can out of it. And that's what they do. And that's just fact. Anybody that argues against that is fried. This whole thing, like I said yesterday, fried.
I didn't even know FaZe had black people in it. I thought FaZe was just some white people. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get into the conversation. I'm gonna show you guys right now. And you guys,
Black folks, y'all watch FaZe? Y'all used to?
we're gonna get into the
These
conversation.
niggas ain't never popped in my algorithm, bro. No matter all the years I've always heard these niggas' name go around, they've never popped in mine.
Show you guys right now. And you guys tell me if this looks like a conversation between two parties that have an issue with each other. All right, so here we are. Here's my conversation with Max, July 28th. This is when that whole thing where he heard that I said, "F y'all, blanks." Again, this wasn't aimed toward Max. This wasn't said at Max. There was never any sort of like racist connotation toward this word being used ever. Saw people talking about hard R and shit. No, that's all noise. Absolutely not. What Max's initial response to
Is
it
that
was,
right?
"Hey, stream speak highly of you. Shit doesn't need to be brought to light. You don't have to worry at all. Like I said, I apologize for the tweet." I said, "Max, you don't got to say all that. I would never speak ill about anything publicly. Breaks my heart, crushes me, whatever."
Let's get into this buffoonery. So he's showing private messages between him and PlaqueBoyMax so he could prove that PlaqueBoyMax was cool with him after he said the N-word, and now they're exposing him because they're mad at him. But PlaqueBoyMax didn't have an issue with it, and if he did, he's still calling me and texting me and saying he loved me and called me bro and asked me for advice in business. I'm sorry, buddy. Like, I'm not expecting a 22-year-old to be so rooted, grounded, and principled in his identity.
Nigga, what that gotta do with anything age? Like, you far from 22. What are you, 30, 38, nigga?
That he draws the line and cuts off a white man for calling him the N-word for life. That's not...
See, nah, the problem is, I'll tell you what it is, bro. The problem is, Max didn't necessarily have a problem with it. He didn't care. He said, he just said in this text message, it didn't get read aloud, but I'm going to say it for y'all. Max said that he was going to get on stream and speak on it and speak highly of him. You know what I'm saying? See, where FaZe is getting cooked, this Banks nigga, is because the internet got a hold of it. That's what it is. That's what it is. The internet is canceling your ass, nigga.
Not the expectation I'm gonna have of a 22-year-old kid, bro. Especially a 22-year-old kid who comes from a family and friends who nobody is in this world but him. Nobody has expertise in this world but him. You're the only one he could probably hit up and ask for advice, so he's keeping you nearby. But if you think we're about to look at a 22-year-old kid and say, he really was not affected or mad at you calling him the N-word because he was still hitting you up afterwards, yo, you done lost your mind, bruh. This doesn't prove a goddamn thing. Now, if PlaqueBoyMax was 27, 28, 30 years old,
What did that got to do with anything?
and he was still texting his white...
Like a nigga at 10 years old can't stand on business, on principles. I mean, 10 years old is a little wild now. I ain't gonna... You know what I'm saying? But like a nigga at 22 ain't a grown man that can stand on principles, bro. I just told you what it was.
27, 28, 30 years old, and he was still texting this white boy after he called him an N-word. I'm looking at you crazy, but he's 22 years old, bro.
What?
He don't know no better. He don't even know who...
That doesn't even make sense.
His self is yet. He's not rooted and principled in his identity yet.
That doesn't make sense.
So this proves nothing at all, but you're about to witness FaZe Banks kind of go through the messages of PlaqueBoyMax being friendly to him, and this somehow being an excuse as if, man, he wasn't really mad. And then after he gets done with this, he continues and even goes in to say, well, y'all allowed me to say it any other day, so why are you mad? Oh, come on. He don't even understand.
Bro, it's the internet's reaction, bro. It's not Max. Max doesn't give a fuck, bro. And so, in a way, he's kind of valid for, I ain't gonna say exposing it, but speaking his side of the story, saying that he's not mad. It just make you look even worse, though, honestly, because you're admitting to guilt at that point.
Hey, so why you mad? Oh, come. He don't even understand. The difference between you saying it as a term of endearment and you saying it while you pissed off and mad.
This looks like Max agreeing with the things that I'm saying. To me, I don't know. This looks like everything that I've been saying the last 2 days, and I'm saying in this video. I'm saying it directly to him in a much nicer way, but
Bro, ain't nobody reading that.
right here we go. Like I fucked up this whole FaZe everything. Damn. Wow. Talked to them before the subathon. Want me back. They didn't want him back, like I said. Still cool with everybody. More than anything, I dead miss working with you and Ray. And like I said, the N-word and contract shit threw me off bad, bro, but I'm past that. And we talked about it, so I don't give a His words, not mine. His words, not mine. Yeah, Max, I don't know. You guys tell me. It doesn't seem like me and Max have a problem. It doesn't seem like we've really had any.
I guarantee you he'll never slip up like that again on in no type of way to where he can get exposed. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that with coworkers. You don't do that with coworkers because they gonna tell on you. You know what I'm saying? Now it's out there to the internet. Max don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he don't give a fuck. But it's the internet's reaction. The internet do give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? MGK.
Me. It doesn't seem like me and Max have a problem. It doesn't seem like we've really had any sort of real issues in the last 5 months. It doesn't seem like I've done anything but try to help the kid. And I'm not just going out of my way and randomly offering him my opinions and my advice. He's asking for them. And he's treating me like a mentor. And he's confiding in me about things. So you guys tell me, like, this awful, terrible monster of a person who took all this shit from him and you know, like, it's insane. And Max, as it goes for this word that I said, first of all, I didn't say this targeted toward you. This wasn't said in any sort of racist connotation. I said this word in an emotional response, and I said, all y'all blanks. And it's a mistake.
What? Yeah. He wishes that didn't get out. He fucked up. All you niggas. Now, why you don't want to say it now? You know what I'm saying? Why you don't want to say it now? Stand up in this. It just slipped out, huh? You've been wanting to say that for so long. For so many years. That built up aggression.
As it goes for this word that I said, first of all, I didn't say this targeted toward you. This
Is that right? But it was targeted towards everybody, which included PlaqueBoyMax. Bro, you're admitting to guilt, bro. You're making this worse than what it didn't. You know what I'm saying? You're making it worse. See, when niggas go to speak on allegations or try to defend, bro, it just makes the shit worse, dog. Sometimes, man, you just gotta sit back and let it die off. You're not going to lose many, you might, I don't know, doubt it. Your whole fan base is probably white people. You're not going to lose any fucking subscribers. You might lose some, but you're not going to lose no views. This is the internet. You've made it to a certain point, bro. You know what I'm saying? The only way you're going to fall off is if you have a machine behind you. You know what I'm saying? You're in cahoots and they start blackballing you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And therefore you don't get the same views you was because you wasn't organic. But I doubt that.
As it goes for this word that I said, first of all, I didn't say this targeted toward you. This wasn't said in any sort of racist connotation.
Is that right?
I said this word in an emotional response, and I said, all y'all blank.
Is that right? So that makes it better, huh?
And I'm a 34-year-old man-child, and
he calls himself a man-child.
I have many, many flaws. And I'm an idiot for saying that.
Is that right?
Stand on. If you really have a problem with that, then why has it not been a problem for the last 5 months? If you really have a problem with that, why have you told me multiple times I don't have a problem with that? We're good. If you really have a problem with that, and I could say this, Ron, last subathon, said it, muted his mic and said it. The chat laughed, and everybody told him to say it, and he said it.
His white audience told him to say it.
Lacey has admitted to saying it publicly. You know this.
Now you snitching on.
See, it's more respectable if you stood on business and you didn't use the word blank instead of niggas. Should have just said it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? You should have just said it right then and there. Stood on business, boy.
And he said it. Lacey has admitted to saying it publicly. You know this.
Now you snitching on the other white boys around you who say the N-word too. PlaqueBoyMax, being 22 years old, feeling comfortable and allowing his friends to say the N-word and giving them a pass, doesn't negate.
You don't let someone like FaZe Banks say it, bro.
Or doesn't take away from the fact
he's been saying it. He's been using it in wrong ways and in settings that he shouldn't be using it around people he shouldn't be using it around. You know what I'm saying? He's exposing his own self here, bro.
that he's allowed
Quit
to wake
speaking
up
on
one
it.
day and say, hold on. We're all not saying it and laughing together. No, y'all saying it and laughing at me. Now, hold on. It's not right when y'all say it. I don't like that. It don't feel good when you get really mad and say, F you as a white man. And no, I don't like that. He's allowed to have that change of mind. He's allowed to grow up. He's allowed to be more rooted in his identity than he was at 22. Well, he's 22 years old right now, but he's allowed to grow. And it doesn't negate what you did to him. It doesn't take away what you said to him. But Banks is just going on like, as if this is like the super, I gotcha. I gotcha. No. Nobody is watching this or listening to this and thinking, man, PlaqueBoyMax is tripping for being mad right now at Banks for calling him. No. You can wake up at any point and be upset.
So why isn't that a problem? Other members in FaZe have said it in the confines, behind the scenes, off cam, in the presence of other black creators and FaZe members. And this was never a problem. It's only a problem now because it's convenient for you and for this narrative to make me look like shit.
Just quit speaking on the topic, bro.
Make you look right. And it's twisted, bro. And this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday as far as all this shit being fake. You guys can read those text messages between me and
everything's fake, huh?
Fake. It's the definition. It's the textbook definition of fake. And this is exactly what I was talking about.
And you thought creating a group of random people you don't know other than on the internet because they're viral. You don't necessarily share the same views as them. They're just viral and have motion, right? And you think it's real. Right, okay.
It's insane. Bro, in Vegas at a UFC event, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to drag other people in. But Max's black manager at the time and other members in FaZe, black ones included, told me to rip the word. They said, yo, we're going to keep it a buck. We need to hear you rip it. I said, really? I said it.
Rip
and
it,
we
huh?
laughed. And they were drinking, and it was an experience. We're building rapport, and we're letting our guards down, and we're being vulnerable. And this is what boys do. This is what actual friends do. And that's what I thought we were doing. I thought
actual
we were
friends,
form an actual relationship, an actual bond. I let my guard down. I said it. It wasn't a big deal then.
As a grown man, as a grown adult, I don't know, maybe females is different. I don't know. Maybe this is just my perspective because of the shoes I walk in. I don't know. I just don't feel like you can really honestly truly find a real authentic genuine friend, bro. You can't just call as a grown adult, bro. How are these people your friend if you're just meeting them in adulthood? You didn't grow up with these people. They're not even from your same hometown. How are these people your friend, bro? How are they? Not saying that you can't find genuine people out there, because I'm a genuine person. You know what I'm saying? But it's just very hard, bro. It's very risky. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you do find somebody who is on your same type of level or something, say y'all do business together, y'all are good because y'all do business together. Take that business away. But it's something that keeps that there. Y'all wouldn't just be fucking with each other, because you look at each other like family for real. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, if you're not getting nothing from the other person, you wouldn't be messing with them. You know what I'm saying? So how is that real friendship? It's not.
You knew
let me
about
tell
this and have known about this.
Because this might solve this issue.
How does grown adults just make friends like that? Nobody's your friend, bro.
a big deal then.
Them niggas in high school was your best friends. They ain't your friends no more. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to form an actual relationship, an actual bond. I let my guard down. I said it. It wasn't a big deal then. You knew about this and have known about this.
Because this might solve this issue. I got a question for the black old heads who watch this video, man, because this might solve this issue, okay? And if you're not a black OG, maybe, you know, you still want to answer it, you can answer it, but this is mainly for the black old heads.
I consider myself a OG out here. You know what I'm saying? I resonate with the old folks. I grew around the old folks. I take life very serious. Too serious. More serious than old folks. Literally, ain't nothing but, hey. Old folks ain't shit either, bro. They just old as hell. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
It's the OGs, 40 plus years old watching this video, okay?
40 plus, huh?
It's the N-word pass a forever thing. Meaning, if you give the N-word pass once to your white homie, do your white homie then have the N-word pass in perpetuity? Or
No.
is it the N-word pass is a one-time usage, right? I always thought the N-word pass was a one-time usage. You get this pass on a drunk night, but when we sober up, you better not.
In a FaZe Banks type of situation, it's a one-time use.
You better not, man. I don't know, bro. I just feel like, this is hilarious, man. Like, Banks don't understand why he can't say the N-word in a fit of rage. Why him saying the N-word in a fit of rage is different than him saying the N-word as a term of endearment, or him saying the N-word on a drunken night, all right, where they're telling him to say it. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man, about the FaZe N-word scandal tearing them apart, right? And being the reason why PlaqueBoyMax left and ultimately everything crumbled down. I'm going to see you guys in this video. If you guys...
I want to see, because he didn't show too much of what PlaqueBoyMax was saying. I want to go back to see what he was saying, actually.
Is doing it just because. PlaqueBoyMax left FaZe back in August, so he was down. Spoke on the
Someone at us
as the beginning of the end.
How much control do we have here, and how much control do they have over us? Move into January. Y'all know I started 365. Someone at FaZe had introduced me to my old manager, Brandon. Shout out, Brandon.
So he's talking about the manager here.
Y'all probably seen him, tall white boy with hair. You feel me? Yeah, 153. Oops. Brandon had falling out with person who introduced me. And person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant and my creative director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls because they're on my team, tell me I have to fire my manager and get rid of him, or I can't be here, when they're the person who introduced me. Video proof as well of this meeting. They were there. This is information my assistants are just telling me. Could possibly be. We're still cool. You know, I got introduced to a new manager, as I know. I come back to LA after New York. All that happened in New York. And, you know, everything's cool. I'm cool with the boys, you feel me? Me and the boys cool, but it's just like, damn, like, it was a weird air for a little while, you know what I'm saying? But everything got patched up, because at the end of the day, we bros and we love each other. Like,
is that right, me? Good brother?
I want to make that known. Ron, I love you. Jason, I love you. Dap, I love you.
That's more concerning than I think
And this is the only clip he showed of that nigga speaking. And then the clip of his cousin is only speaking about the manager situation in Spotify. So the only text we have, or the only response in this video at least, is speaking on the N-word stuff from PlaqueBoyMax's these text messages. And in these text messages, he says he doesn't care. He doesn't care about that situation. Right? It goes back to, like I said, bro. It's the internet's reaction, bro. It's the internet's reaction. Hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. T.Y. Peter 9.